Okay, welcome. Armchair Quarterbacks, Handicappers. We are going to be talking running backs today. And this is the most important position of any fantasy league, unless you have some really weird rules. I typically play in half-point PPRs, but whether you're talking about a full-point PPR, whatever you're talking about, how you draft your running backs is going to dictate how the rest of your team looks. Let's go ahead and look at the running backs. And if you have the number one pick and you draft anybody with Christian McCaffrey, you're dope. I'm sorry, but you are. Don't get cute with the number one pick. It is Christian McCaffrey, and it's not even close. I get that you may be a little concerned with him being able to stay on the field. And he had 3 different injuries last year that kept him off the field. And I get that. But you got to look at his upside. When he's on the field, he's better than anyone else in fantasy football, and it's not even close because he does everything. He's every part of that offense. Even if you want to draft him, wait for him to have a couple of big games. Really, it started with the Jets. Draft Christian McCaffrey, and after week 1, when he's gone for like a bazillion yards, then go ahead and take him out there on the trade market, trade or whatever the hell you think is better than Christian McCaffrey. Maybe you want to get a really good running back and get something with it. But you at least want him for week 1. He's playing the Jets. I mean, come on. It's the Jets. All right. So as long as we got that square, he's averaging the very first pick of the draft. It's not even close. We know there's some idiots that won't take him, but he's the number one pick. Looking past that, guys that you do like and guys that you don't like. Now, it really comes down to your individual scoring system. Dalvin Cook, Derrick Henry, Alvin Kamara, I believe they're all interchangeable. And it really, if you're in a standard, I think it is definitely Derrick Henry. But if PPR, a full point PPR, I think you've got to move Cook and Kamara above Henry. Ezekiel Elliott is the wild card. But if he's back to where he was a couple of seasons ago and that offense gets rolling, you're going to kick yourself for not having Zeke. I personally have Chubb just barely in front of Zeke. But you can, they're interchangeable, along with Aaron Jones for that matter. I think Aaron Jones is right there. After those first 7, I believe there's a drop-off. And I know the talent for Saquon Barkley is real. And I'm not talking about a dynasty league. I'm talking about where you're going to be drafting him. Saquon Barkley is on my don't list. He's going way too damn high. He's number 8 overall. The 9th overall pick is what he's averaging as the 9th overall pick, the number 8 running back overall. That's insane. Jonathan Taylor, same story. He's going way too high. There's way too many questions about Jonathan Taylor. And in that same area, when you can get a Devontae Adams, when you can get a Tyreek Hill, you're taking a big risk taking a Jonathan Taylor over a Tyreek Hill. The next guy on my list, I say is Najee Harris. He is a rookie on a terrible offensive line that is probably going to be playing from behind a lot. You're taking a big risk taking Najee Harris, Jonathan Taylor, and Saquon Barkley in the first at the end of the first turn of the round 1 and 2. Guys that I do like that are right in that area, Austin Eckler. He's going to be right in the middle of the offense that Alvin Kamara was running. You got to like that. I like where he's going. I think he's a solid pick, and I would have him in my top 10 and take a couple of those guys out that I just mentioned. Antonio Gibson, he is on my don't list. I think he's going way too high, y'all. We're talking about 13.9 average is where he's being drafted. This guy has never been a full-time running back on any level until kind of last year. That's a big risk you're taking. And CEH, I think he's going way too high as well. He had a very disappointing year, number 1. Everyone's looking at the fact that Williams is gone, went to Chicago to back up Montgomery, and that this is a guy that's going to just be ready to roll. I don't think that's the way it's going to be. Andy Reid's offenses have notoriously abandoned the running game. And I can't draft a running back he's averaging the 13th running back, the 17th pick overall. That's a That is a very telling sign. The 17th pick overall, and you're going to grab a guy who's got a million question marks. Joe Mixon is going at the end of the second round, early third. This is where he should have been his entire career. He's always been up in basically the end of the first round. He's finally going where I think he goes. And so I do like Mixon this year because he's average. If you're getting him around the 20th pick or so, if you're getting Joe Mixon much earlier than that, then you're a thumb. Okay. You're a Bengals fan, or Joe Mixon's your next door neighbor or something. But as far as just going in off of what you should be doing, Joe Mixon is going about where he should be around the 20th pick. Same thing with J.K. Dobbins. I love where he's going. 20th pick. Got no problems with that. Josh Jacobs, get him out of there. He's going way too early. We saw him disappear last year. They brought in Kenyon Drake in free agency. Get him out of your top 20, top 25. He's averaging number 23 overall. No way. David Montgomery, I like where he's at the averaging the 26th pick overall. Wouldn't go much higher. Wouldn't go much lower. I think that's about where he should be at. Same thing with him and Chris Carson. Chris Carson's averaging around 28th. That's about where he should be. DeAndre Swift is about where he should be, the 32nd pick. Miles Sanders is a little high, so I'm going to put him on the don't list, but it's only by a little bit. Darrell Henderson might be affected by the Sony Michel addition, but I still think he's warning where he's going around the 35th pick. Now, James Robinson is going to start shooting up the board because of the injury to Travis Etienne. Travis Etienne never should have been rated that high. And I hate, A, that the kid got hurt just because I hated to see the kid get hurt. But B, I was really going to go all in on James Robinson. That was my plan because he was, before this injury, he was averaging about 20 to 30 slots back, 40 slots back. Now there's being an overcorrection. So you're going to have to wait to see what it's like. Depending on when your draft is, you're going to have to pay attention to how much people overreact to things like that. Myles Gaskin, I like where he's at. He's sitting around the 46th pick. That's not bad. Same thing with Mike Davis. Kareem Hunt, way too high. He's not the number one back, and he's going over guys who are number one backs like Javonte Williams, who I like. I like Damian Harris. Now that we get Michelle out of there, I like Damian Harris so much more. I can't take these guys when they are going to be splitting so much time. Kareem Hunt's one of your better guys because he does catch the ball out of the backfield, but that's still a very, very big reach to me. He's a guy that's going to struggle to put up consistently much more than about 10 to 12 points a week. I want more out of a flex. Other guys that I like, Michael Carter. He's averaging 8th round. Same thing with A.J. Dillon. I do not like James Conner. I think he's done. I think he showed that he was done in Arizona. I think he's going to be riding the pine behind Chase Edmonds, and I don't really like where that's at. Now, look, David Johnson is averaging the 93rd pick overall, and as of right now, he's splitting time. But I do believe that ends. That is going to end, and the reason why I say that is they're going to get in the middle of this season, and they're going to remember what David Johnson was doing for them offensively, which was really good things, and he's going to start taking over. Right now, they got Phillip Lindsay and him. I think David Johnson is just the better running back. Phillip Lindsay has always been the second or third best running back on a roster. I believe that's where it's going to sit again this year. Another guy that you got to like where he's going because he's averaging around the 13th, 14th round. Handcuff him when you take the number one pick overall. Make sure you get Chuba Hubbard if you're going to have CMC. It's automatic. You've got to do that. And one more guy that I really like where he's going, Marlon Mack in the 15th round. Are you kidding me? He's in the 15th round. Jonathan Taylor is number 10 overall. There's a good chance Marlon Mack is going to share carries with him, and that's why I'm saying stay away from the other guys. All right, that's going to do it for the running backs. Good luck in your drafts. Every Sunday, starting September 12th, 10 a.m. to noon, the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel, the Handicappers, we are going to be live, and we're going to take your DFS questions. We got a whole gang of guys that are going to be there. Should be a lot of fun. And we're 62% on this spread since the last 6 seasons, 62%. Do your own research, but that can't be beat. We'll see you on September 12th, 10 a.m. Eastern. And good luck in your fantasy drafts and your fantasy seasons. And for the love of God, draft CMC if you've got the number 1 pick. Don't get cutesy.